Miss Amanda, what is happening with you on Beverly Hills? Girl, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is getting to a point where people are starting to get a little bit anxious, will I say, because they cannot understand Amanda's situation. But now it's also a projection from what the other ladies are also feeling on the show, especially Bosoma St. John. And we need to talk about it. But before we start, welcome back. I'm the real Andy of Beverly Hills. Welcome to another piece of tea. If you are new here, welcome to the Beverly Troop, where I keep it real and I mention it all. So make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you're part of the old crew and you have not done it yet, make sure to go to the notification bell, turn it off, and turn it on again. Okay, girl. Okay, if you haven't, also go to my other YouTube channel, which is my podcast YouTube channel, Pop Smash by The Real Andy, because on Saturday I'm dropping a new episode with two very special guests and a very exclusive interview. Okay, so go and subscribe right now, link down below. All right, guys, so let's talk about this mess. Look, Amanda, for me, is kind of like a riddle, you know? I mean, she's kind of like, it's weird, you know? I'm not gonna say here that I am defending Amanda and that she's my favorite housewife, because she's not, you know? And she can be very annoying. And I understand people being annoyed by her, right? However, I probably am one of the few people who actually understands her business, you know, and actually understand what she's doing. And I think that is one of the main issues that a lot of fans are having with Amanda. And also, especially what we're seeing on the show, most of the girls are having with Amanda. You know, I think I have talked about this on another videos. But, you know, I think it's very hard for people to understand how or what is she selling and how is she making so much money. And people are very fast into calling it a scam, you know, and that it doesn't make sense and all of that, right? I'm saying that I am one of the people who kind of like understand her business, because I'm a person, if you have been with me for a while, you know that I'm a person who is very spiritual, who is into energies. You know, I do believe in manifestation. I apply a lot of that into my own life. A lot of that works for me in the way that I do it, right? So because I understand that, I understand what Amanda is actually talking about. However, I also understand that this is not for a lot of people, you know? I understand that a lot of people think that manifesting is just saying, I want to have money, and then boom, you magically have money, and then when it doesn't happen, then it's a scam, you know? And it's like, oh girl, you are so off. It does not work like that at all, right? So it requires a lot of your energy to be put into the universe to attract the things that you want to attract, you know? If you want to understand a little bit more of this, you can go and read The Secret. I think that's where like everything starts, right? But anyways, I could understand, you know, the girls being questioning Amanda, you know. And Amanda is definitely a person who is bringing a whole different mindset to the show, you know, and I think that's why she's not really connecting with anyone over there. I don't know, it's just like, I cannot hate on Amanda on certain things, right? They want Amanda to be extremely confrontational. They want Amanda to just not like just fight, you know. And Amanda is not giving them. So she is like actually pressing them back into saying things like, Why cannot we have a conversation without having confrontation? Why everything needs to be a fight, you know? And again, this is where like I can agree and then disagree at the same time, right? I'm kind of like coming here and saying like, yes, if this was regular live, you know, and you want to have a conversation and you want to see what is going on, you know, and find common ground, you know, and then move forward in a positive way, that's how you should be doing it, right? The only problem here is that you are on a reality TV show, you know, and I am also going to acknowledge that if every single Real Housewives show will be about having positive conversations and moving forward, there will not be reality TV show because it will be extremely boring, and this is not what we want to watch all the time. We need the drama, you know, and as fans we need the drama, and Real Housewives understand that fans sometimes want the drama, you know. So this Amanda needs to understand that this is how this works if she wants to stay in this bubble, you know, in this platform, right? Now, with that being said, and this is just like a ping pong situation, you know, because with that being said, I am going to defend Amanda when it comes to the Dorit Kemsley situation, because I do believe that Dorit Kemsley was horrible and disgusting at the Rachel's dinner, and what she did to Amanda, to me, are 100% grounds to say, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, in fact, if I was Amanda, I would have not been crying and doing all of that shit. No, I would have like jump on that bed, you know, and I will have, you know, snatch some wigs, you know, or some extensions, you know, from Dorit's hair. You know what I mean? So like I will say, you know, at that moment, you know, Amanda has the right to be upset with Dorit, you know, but then when she stays behind and doesn't want to confront, then that's when the whole problem kind of like starts. I don't know, you know, like there are times, I know a lot of people want Amanda to be a one and done, you know, but Amanda is not bothering me the same way that Diana Jenkins did or 8.5 did, you know. It's not really bothering me that much. In fact, the you know, the fact that she's pressing everyone into kind of like a different mindset, it's kind of like entertaining to me, you know. The fact that Kyle Richards tried to compare her to Crystal Minkoff, it's like, well, the thing is like it's a younger generation than them. So yes, they do. I mean, we do things a little bit different. Maybe it's a millennial thing to do, right? But like we do think differently. We do things differently, right? And I love to see people being pressed by this because that's how it is. You know what I mean? So like I am not hating on Amanda for being who she is, you know. I'm hating. I'm my constructive criticism for Amanda will be, you can be this person, but you still need to understand that you are on a reality TV show, you know. Bosoma is completely triggered by Amanda, you know. Bosoma only wants to see numbers. She wants to see results. She wants to see work. She wants to see 9 to 5. So she doesn't understand what manifestation is or how manifestation works, you know. But, you know, I mean, that's her right. You know, manifestation is not for everyone, right? And it might not work for everyone unless you do it the right way. And I don't know what to tell you when it comes to that, because, you know, there are people like me that manifestation works, right? So, but seeing Bosoma being so triggered, it's entertaining. I just wish that Amanda push a little bit more, you know, so it is a little bit more interesting to watch, right? I feel that Amanda needs to work, but to me, I want to see a second season of Amanda. I want to know how she's gonna take what she's seeing right now and make it like evolve, you know, because I have been seeing interviews of her as of right now where she is a little bit more active, you know, and a little bit more activated, you know. And now I'm saying, okay, that is cool, but you still now need to do it in front of the camera. You know what I mean? So, you know, Amanda says, like, I understand that people don't understand what I'm doing, you know, and it's not for everyone. But this is a business that Amanda did not start with the show, you know. This is a business. She says, I created this business like 15 years ago. I have written a lot of books, a lot of blogs, a lot of things, and my clients, 95% of my clients are completely happy. So if this is working for me, what is the problem with that, you know? And I don't believe that that is a scam, again, because if you don't understand, manifestation doesn't make it is a scam, right? She took something that she know how to do and make it into a business. So for that part, I cannot be mad at Amanda, you know? I am mad at Amanda for her behavior on the show and not being more pushy, because these girls are hardcore. The face on Erica Jane trying to understand what Amanda was saying is like her head was going to explode, because Erica Jane doesn't understand anything that is not confrontation. You know what I mean? So, and I'm here for it. So I don't know. I think it's very interesting. I think we need to keep it going. I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think on the comments below. And if you want to get all the tea related to the Real Housewife of Beverly Hills or any of the other Bravo shows, make sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you around. See ya. Bye.